Hello everyone and welcome to another exciting tutorial. Today we're going to be working on this, which will be relatively simple, and we're only going to be adding just one new technique or two new techniques to this entire project. But for the most part, you can already see we are using clipping masks. We are removing a person from the background. But let's go ahead and get started. So File, New, and we're going to go ahead and go to Print, Letter Size, 8.5 by 11. This will be, I believe it's lesson 4, is it? Or lesson 5? Let's go with 5 because I don't remember. And this is going to be freedom, right? And then press create, right? This is going to give you your empty background. And then you're going to go ahead and download the picture that I provided for you guys and then just drag it into your files. So example right here, and drag it inside, right? Once you drag it in, it's going to appear just like so. And if you hold Alt on your keyboard while stretching, it kind of lets you do it from the middle. And we're just going to do something like this to kind of grab a copy of it, or sorry, make it a little bit bigger. All right, so from here, we're going to go to select subject. Or actually, let's make a copy of it. So right click and put duplicate layer. And we can call this one person. There we go. And then we're going to remove the background. There we go. So it looks like it didn't do much, but if you press the little eyeballs here, you can hide them, and then that's going to show you that that doesn't have the background, and this one does have the background, right? So we're going to hide this one right here. Make sure you have second layer selected. This one we can, if you double click on the letters, you can rename it. I'm going to name this background. And then we're going to go ahead and just go in here with the lasso tool. So this is the new tool that we're going to be using. This is called the lasso tool. The way it works is you kind of just create circles, deselect, go around, deselect, right? We're going to want to try to select her as best as we can, but we don't have to be perfect. So I don't want you guys trying to do this, right? It's going to be completely hard to do. You want to give it some space on the outside. You know, you want to have some kind of space around it. Just like so. And then it'll select it like that. From here, you're going to go into generative fill. So what this does is, and you just click generate, it's going to try to find what's around the area and best fill in what Photoshop thinks belongs in the middle if you're trying to get rid of the person, which in our case we're trying to get rid of the person. And so as soon as it's done, give it some time, and then you're going to end up also with 3 variations that you can choose from and kind of choose out your favorite one. So that one looks pretty good. There's this one, and then there's that one. I think I'll go with the second one, right? All right, so now we have a layer right here that says generative fill, which is hiding her, and then a background layer. And we want to merge these two so that they become one. Now, if you hold Control on your keyboard, you can select multiple layers. You want to make sure that you're clicking out here in the gray area or by the letters when you're selecting them, but make sure that you select both. You're going to right click and you're going to put merge layers right here. That's going to merge them and make it one. So now we have 2, right? The girl separated from the background, and then we have this one. So now what we want to do is go ahead and grab our rectangle tool, and we're just going to make a rectangle something like this. Right, let's turn her on, see how it looks like. We want to make sure that we can kind of show a little bit of the legs, something like that, right? Cool. So we're going to move the rectangle below our image, select our image, right click and create clipping mask. And that's going to do this little effect, which looks kind of cool. From there, we'll go to our rectangle, we'll right click and go to blending options. Under blending options, we've worked with drop shadows before, but today we're working with a stroke. and make sure that you click on the words, not just the check mark. Click on the words. We're going to go to size, give or take about 25 to 29, somewhere there. Position, we're going to go, it might be on the outside, we're going to go to the inside. Make sure it says color right here, and then for the color, we're going to go for white. Once it's white, we're going to go to drop shadow, and then just add your drop shadow. So make sure you click on the words again. You can kind of rotate this or move this around as needed. I'm going to do something like that. That looks kind of cool. And then press OK. Now from here, I can select all of them and just kind of move them up to the top. The font that I'm using is a downloaded font, but I'm going to type Freedom and make it kind of bigger. Let's do 72. Put it here, maybe a little bit bigger than that. Something like that. And then we can go ahead and make a copy of this one. Control J. We're going to bring it on top of the word Freedom. Right click, create a clipping mask, and then move that picture down just so we can see a little bit of that. Select our words, right click, go to blending options. Where's it at? Drop shadow. We're going to make this one a little bit different, so a lot smaller, something like that. And then for our background, right here, if you select colors, I'm going into like this brownish kind of tones, something like this. And then on the second color, something a little bit lighter. And then we're going to our gradient, going up here, and you're going to open up basics. That'll let you see the colors that you chose right here. Make sure you are on radio, which is this one right here. Click in the center and then just drag outwards, and you end up with this little masterpiece. And that's it. So pretty similar. If you guys have any questions, please let me know, and I'll see you in the next one.